Hi, and welcome to week 4 of this guide to perpetual joy. Yes, it's a guide to perpetual joy. I just love that title. And it's actually a guide to loosening up this right hand, which will bring you perpetual joy once you figure out how to get these fingers loose, yes, and have independence of the right hand, meaning this hand over here can move the way it needs to, along with everything else moving. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Clay from thecello.online, and there is a PDF guide to go along with this video tutorial, with all of the video tutorials here in this little cello journey, all right, to learning this piece. If you've been with me so far over the course of these previous 3 weeks, congratulations, you're almost halfway there. This is going to be a big week. Lots of big things to check off our list here this week with the playing. Remember, I've said it several times, but it's worth repeating even a few more times. This week 4 here, all the goals, I'm looking over here at my list, all of these goals here in week 4 might take you 2 weeks, might take you 3 weeks, just like week 3, okay? It's a big week. There are 4 things here on the list to accomplish. And so maybe this entire course takes you 10 weeks. Maybe it takes you 12 weeks. In the grand scheme of things, this is not a lot of time to accomplish perhaps the most important goal to accomplish here early on in your cello playing. It affects everything because it affects the tone. It affects our ability to get the weight into the bow correctly. It affects our ability to play fast, and it affects our ability to play legato. Okay, this loosening up of the right hand is major. Okay, this is why this is the first major publication I'm putting here on the website. And I haven't said this yet in the course, but when students come to me, this is one of the first things we do. Okay, this is one of the first things that we start to work on, and so this is why I'm bringing it to you here early on in our journey together here with the Cello Online and practice guides and supplemental learning. Okay. And remember, if you get stuck, okay, there is a QR code here on the PDF that you can click and you can get a lesson from me. All right, it will take you to the website where you can get that and, send me a video so that I can watch you, give you some more direct feedback here if you're feeling like you're stuck, okay, and not able to move forward with this. All right, so what are the 4 goals that we have to accomplish this week? Our last scale prep number 3, where we're doing the doubles. Okay, this is the last scale prep because it is the version of the scale that translates into playing the second variation, okay, of our fast note, the doubles version. Yes, we're also going to play our final version of the 8th note theme, all right, which is in preparation for the doubles, okay, and we're going to take that up to tempo, okay, all the way at 145, okay. We're going to keep going with our doubles, okay? All right, because we actually do play that in the piece, so we're still going. We're going to continue on our journey there, getting that up to tempo. And this week, we're going to introduce the final version of what we're going to play here at the very end of our Perpetual Joy piece, all right? The doubles variation, the one that we're really after, that's going to force this hand to loosen up, okay, so that it can coordinate with the left hand. It's going to make your playing so much better. It's going to feel so good when you accomplish it. So this is going to be a big week. There's going to be lots of threshold, hurdle moments that you're going to get over. All right. Keep going with the metronome goals. Make sure you're meeting all those goals. Make sure you're getting there with a great tone, right? So remember, if the bow starts to slide, this is not what we want, right? We want this wrist loosening up. Don't forget, high five the wall. Okay. Loose. This is a great warm-up, just getting this wrist loose, right? And I say high five the wall. Remember, we're turning our hand, okay, just like it's on the bow, okay? This way. Loosen this thing up. Floppy fish. Really floppy. All right, this side-to-side motion with the wrist and fingers. Let's do some bow push-ups here. You do some of these myself. It's morning time, the time of this recording. Getting started here for the day. Maybe you are too. All right, flexing these fingers, okay? Maybe do a little spider crawl. Don't drop the bow this time if you saw that video. Okay. Getting these fingers. All these things help to strengthen this hand. Don't drop the bow. I'm so worried about dropping it now. Whoa, I don't want to drop it. Okay, I'm going to use my pinky as a clamp. Is that cheating? I don't know. Maybe that's cheating. Still doing it with one hand, right? Still getting these fingers strong. Yes, okay. Also, remember you can isolate this motion. Fingers. I'm moving just my fingers. Actually, I'm just moving just my wrist and hand. So you can actually get some sound just, see, that's all fingers. That's what we want. We want these fingers flexing. Because that's how we connect and play fast. Okay? All right, so let's do our first thing here. So we're on our last scale prep. We're going to start at 105. Yes? Here we go. Scale prep 3. You can follow along on the page. It's short. 1, 2, ready, and. Don't forget the arpeggio at the end, so we can practice those string crossings. Here we go, 115. 1, 2, ready, and. I feel like I skipped a note there. Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, and. That was better. Remember, no sliding. Then my bows start to slide. So, let's just do a little check here. Because maybe yours is starting to slide. Like I feel mine's starting to slide and I'm adjusting, right? I'm constantly adjusting, and that is the point of this, is that as I go faster, I'm going to notice maybe the bow is slipping. I'm not getting the tone the way I need to. So I'm constantly double checking. Remember, let's make the OK sign here with our hand, okay? And I want you to take these two fingers and I want you to press them, okay, against the C string. And what you're going to notice is, and this is something I'm constantly thinking about, is this bend and reminding myself what this bend is. And then I'm thinking about, it's like this is a target, like this is a barrel. And, is it facing, all right, perpendicular to the string like this, or it has my target shifted and it's like it's pointed towards my ear, or is it pointed to the side, to the C string, all right? And so touching these two fingers, the thumb and the index finger, to the C string really helps me. It's like, oh, wow. Okay, because that's what the hand should feel like when the bow is straight. Because what happens a lot of times, the bow is sliding because we've done one of these. Again, this wrist is all straight and stiff and trying to move with the rest of the arm. We got to bend it and we got to flex it. And we got to really let it hang here on the bow. Remember, hang, hang, hang. Put the bow in there. Okay. So that I'm not sliding as I go. 125. Yep. 1, 2, ready, and. 135. Oh, it's fast. 1, 2, ready, and. So fast, isn't it? One more time. 1, 2, ready, and. Last one. Can you believe it? Here we are. Last scale prep, 145. Doubles, scale prep 3. Here we go. Got my shoulders relaxed. Got my hand relaxed. I'm staying loose over here. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Well, it's quick. Don't let the bow slide. And if you need to do a little open string practice. Ooh, it helps me with those string crossings. Here we go again. 1, 2, ready, and. We did it, okay? We made it all the way through all the scale preps. It goes by fast, all right, because we're playing so few notes and we are going quick, okay? On to the theme, 8th note theme now. Yes, here we are. Always double checking my list, all right? This is why we have a checklist, to make sure we're not leaving anything out. So now our next item, again, getting up to tempo, the 8th note theme, okay? The doubles 8th note theme. We have the doubles 8th note theme, all right? And then we have the doubles 8th note theme, which is in preparation for the final version that we're going to practice here this week, but at a slow tempo. But this one, what? We're getting our 8th note theme, our second 8th note theme, I guess we should call it, maybe. Now, as a reminder, let me just take a step back here. As a reminder, this one is a little bit different because we have the 16th notes thrown in with the 8th notes. Otherwise, we won't have Beethoven's Ode to Joy theme. Okay, it's just the way it works out with the rhythm, all right, that there are 2 little 16th notes in there, yes. But it's good practice. It's a good challenge for us to get these fingers moving. Here we go, 105, 8th note theme for the doubles. Still going with the stop bows too. 1, 2, ready, and. 115, here we come. We're headed to 145. 1, 2, ready, and. That felt quick. 125. Remember, no sliding of the bow. Always checking my first position here, make sure I'm in tune. Always checking my hand here. 1, 2, ready, and. That felt fast, all right? That felt like we went over the hurdle there from 115 to 125, okay? Went through a little wall there. Okay, here we go, 135. And these 16th notes that we're playing in this version are really gonna help us later, okay? So make sure those are nice and clean. 135. Maybe let's practice the 16th notes, yeah? Let's go down here to the measure with the 16th notes in it and just practice them a couple of times. Okay, just by themselves. You know, when I repeat them like that and just get comfortable with them, they're a lot less scary. You know, it's like playing in 5th position, going back to the Allegretto cantabile. Just get your hand used to being in 5th position. Right? Just get used to being up there. Okay, just exercising those muscles. Here we go, 135. One, two, ready, and. playing the 16th notes so well. My hand was so loosened up, I almost went too fast there on the 16th notes. See, this is why we isolate things. This is why you have to isolate. 145, last one. We are checking so many things off the list this week, aren't we? We're getting all these things up to tempo, final versions. Here we go. 145. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, ready, and. How'd it go? It feels fast, doesn't it? You know, one thing that really helps is putting that space. Okay, we've been practicing that a little bit, and we're going to practice it some more here after we introduce the final doubles version. Because what's happening in order to execute these fast things is that I'm doing a little mental reset. All right, you don't notice it, the audience doesn't notice it, but to me it feels like I'm taking a slight little pause and then executing those fast notes. And one way to practice that pause is to put an actual big pause in there, right? So we're going like. Get set, get settled. Okay? And what happens is I learn what this feels like to get set. All right? This moment of being ready. And I just get faster and faster at being ready. Okay? Because giving yourself this kind of mental jumping off point is a huge part of playing fast notes. If we're just playing a big string of notes, which is very overwhelming, right? Then I get in this rut and I start spinning out of control, and then I don't execute them, okay? I've got to learn to build in this kind of settled feeling so that even when I'm going along and it sounds like it's just a big string of notes, when I get there, I'm recreating that feeling right before, okay? I'm just doing it very, very fast, okay? To execute those 16th notes and get them out correctly. This is a big part of playing fast notes. Okay. Next on our list. Here we go. Moving right along. Next thing on our list, doubles. Again, 145. Here we go. We're not 145. We're going to start at 105. We're going to 105. Not today. All right. We're trying to get there by the end of the week there, yeah? But today we only have to get to 115 on this. Yes? Only have to get to 115. Let's do it. Let's just get it done, man. Here we go. Doubles. I love saying that. It's just fun. It sounds funny, right? Doubles. By giving ourselves all this repetition, helps us keep track. Here we go. Follow along on the page. I know I have to give myself a little reminder, going back and forth between doubles and doubles. It's nice to look at the page and have the reference. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. And that's 105. By the way, I want to interject something, see if anybody caught it here, who's really listening and paying attention. In an earlier version, I might have played it slightly different. But you know what? Beethoven himself, all right, maybe it sounds like I'm making excuses for myself. Beethoven himself was one of the greatest improvisers of all time, right? That's one of the things that makes him able to take, 4 notes, right, like in the Fifth Symphony, and create an entire symphony out of those 4 notes, right? This is what he's famous for. And a lot of that comes from his background in being able to improvise so well on the piano. So, in that vein, I might have played this double doubles version with one single note, slightly different in an earlier video. Let's see who can catch it. I'm not going to tell you what it was. It's so small. It's so subtle. I'm also giving you permission, all right, to improvise. Don't improvise too much. Don't improvise too much. Then we won't meet our goal. Here we go. This time I'm doing what's on the page. Here we go. In this week. 115. 1, 2, ready, and. I might have made a little facial expression there at the moment, okay? And that's it. Just those two, 105, 115. That's all we got to do this week is get it up. Now, it's up to you maybe to go back and practice some of those in-between tempos, all right, to try to get it up to speed so that you can play along. But you have me here to play along to as you need it. But make sure you are so just, using your metronome, all right, getting lots of good repetitions in there. All right. Next on our list, are we there? Are we there to the fourth thing already? Here we go. Doubles variation. The final version, the thing that is going to break our hand free. Here it is. We're finally there. And I'm going to give you an exercise here at the end to help with this, okay? We're going to do it. We're going to do the exercise here. Exercise for playing the correct number of 16th notes, okay? So it's not specifically a goal, but it will help you if you're having trouble playing the right number of 16th notes. Here we go. Doubles variation 60. Now, after playing all those fast notes, I sing to myself to make sure I understand the rhythm, make sure that I'm going to play it correctly. I mean, it is a chorus, all right? The last movement has a chorus in it. It's meant to be sung. This melody. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. There's the first one, and we're off to the races here. Here we go. 70. We're going all the way to 100 this week. 1, 2, ready, and. Continues to be that big difference between 60 and 70, but I'm glad that there's a big difference between 60 and 70. I'm glad that 60 feels slow. I hope it feels slow enough to you. Okay, you can always go slower to start out with the metronome. Here we go. 80. One, two, ready, and. my own shoulders getting even more relaxed. There's always another level to get to with this stuff. Yes, I haven't said that enough. I am becoming a better cellist by bringing this to you all. Okay, improving things in my own playing. 90. One, two, ready, and. Whoa, that felt fast. Felt that difference again. 80 to 90. It's like, whoa, something in the air changes. And I felt my bow slide a little bit. So let's do it again. I'm not going to let myself get away with that. Okay, got to tune up this right hand here. Make sure it's nice and perpendicular. Again, maybe let's do some open string practice. There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 9, D. Oh, that was better. 100. Last one here for this week. It's going to feel fast. One, two, ready, and. When I dip down to the G string note, I felt my bow start to slip a little bit. All right, so did it sound okay? It's passable, okay? It's good enough, all right, to go on. But I don't want to let myself get away with that. I want it to feel easy. I want everything to feel, not that it has to be perfect before we move on, all right? It's like, this is always the question, when do we actually get to check off that I played doubles variation at 100 and I'm done with it, right? Like how do I know? Well, it is hard to know, but that's part of the journey of learning to play the cello, is that we're learning to decide that. We're learning to figure that out, okay? Again, remember, if you get stuck, you can get some help from me, all right? But recording yourself is a biggie, right? Record yourself. Do you hear any notes sliding? Do you hear a great tone? Does it sound to you like it's time to move on? So get that third-party perspective, all right, by recording yourself often. And as we're starting to get to the halfway point and we're really starting to polish these things up and they are starting to get fast, this is when you're going to maybe need to record yourself a little more often. Yeah? Let's do it one more time at 100. I think I could do better on the G string note. So now I'm thinking about it. I'm targeting that. I want it to be better. Here we go. 1, 2, 100. So I'm focused on the string crossing a little more, and it goes better. Now, I promised you, and we made it, all right? That's it. That's all 4 of our goals. Wow. I was all business here, trying to get to the next thing. So we made it to the end of week 4. If you're here with me, you played the doubles at 100, you're halfway there. You really are on the home stretch, okay? This is a big deal that we've made it this far. Can't overstate that. Now, if you are feeling a little bit stuck, this is an exercise which has helped a lot of students get past the hump, to get over the hurdle. And that is, let's be intentional about this rest. We were talking about this earlier, putting this space in here. And you could do this with anything in this course, with the scale preps, with the 8th note themes, anything. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back down here. Let's go back actually to 60. I think it's worth going pretty slow here for this, especially if we're doing it because we're feeling like we're not doing it well. And this is exercise for playing the correct number of 16th notes. We're going to put a quarter note rest in there. So we're going to play the doubles variation, and I'm going to go through all the tempos here with you. Starting at 60. 1, 2, ready, and. I know that's quite slow, okay, to go through that, but this is hard. Putting the space in here, it does present an extra challenge in and of itself, right? So there's a reason I started slow. Yes, it's going to get much harder, but it will help you play the right number of notes. 70. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, ooh, the middle is challenging. Even at this tempo, it's like I can feel myself having to really focus in, all right, to play it correctly. Here we go, 80. But doing it this way, remember, tackling things from different angles, okay, helps our brain, 1 at AD. And you'll notice as we go faster with the rest in there, these 4/16 notes start to feel different musically, and that's totally normal, okay? It almost feels like there's a lift. Now, sometimes it feels like there's a lift at the end, okay? Or that last note is doing something different because we are literally lifting the bow, and we should avoid that, right? We should leave the bow in the string. Okay, that will help us as we're going along. Here we go, 90. Gotta focus. 1, 2, ready, and. want to try to play in the rest. All right, don't play in the rest. You got to get through it fast. Here we go. 100. 1, 2, ready, and. I felt myself slip at the end of the third line there. Let's try it again. 1, it's hard. 1, 2, ready, and. Ooh, I really have to be proactive. I have to be my absolute most proactive self, okay, in order to get through that exercise, all right? And that's it. That's everything you need for week 4. You're halfway there. Like I said, you made it, okay? If you need week 5, you need the playlist, look right over here. In the next week, again, we're going to go back to doing some dotted rhythms, okay? We're going to look at some other things we can do, all right, to help get this stuff up to speed.